Hello, my name is Tylluan. I'm a solitary pagan witch, I'm an author and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press, and the little fur baby you can see wandering round, that one is Noah. He often makes an appearance when we're filming. We may get more of them later. Anyway, today's little chat is about Samhain, which some people call Halloween, and whether or not we can think of it as a season. Now, I have to be honest, I don't do very well with calendar dates. I'm one of those people who tends to forget things. I don't realise when, well, I'm not very good on birthdays, anniversaries, I'm not good on loads of different things. And it's not because I don't care, I do. It's just that the calendar seems to pass me by. The seasons, on the other hand, I'm fascinated with. And this is why I will often say that Samhain, Yule, what have you, to me they are seasons, not just a single day. And this is rather handy because if we happen to miss the day because perhaps we're away in work or we're away in college or school, or, oh, I don't know, we've got our hands full with this, that or the rest of it at home, you can always sort of say, okay, I haven't really missed it. I will go on and do something tomorrow, or when I've got the time and can make the time. So hence you will see my little friend here, my pumpkin, sitting here at my shoulder. He's going a bit manky at the moment, to be honest with you. He's starting to feel a bit slippery inside, so I don't think he's going to last much longer. Anyway, what was I saying about it being a season? Now, Samhain is one of those festivals which is called a cross-quarter festival. So let me explain this to you in case you haven't come across it before, in case you feel you don't quite understand what these are. There are 4 festivals, for most modern pagans anyway. There are 4 festivals which you can link up to what is happening up in the heavens. So you have the longest day, midsummer, the shortest day, midwinter. You have the autumn equinox or the fall equinox if you're in North America, and the spring equinox. Now those are all sort of quantifiable things. You then have festivals that fall exactly halfway between them. So if you think of, we have a cross shape here, that's the cross with, say, longest day, shortest day, you know, fall equinox, spring equinox there, that's your sort of cross shape. Well, now if you draw equidistant lines between them, so you have your extra little compartments, those are what are called cross-quarter days, and you can actually get yourself a nice little calendar and go and calculate it for yourself. And one thing you will spot if you do this is that most years, not all, but most years, Samhain, Mabel, leave the cupboard alone. See what I have to put up with here? Samhain falls exactly halfway between the midwinter solstice, the shortest day, and the autumn equinox, which is often, will you leave it alone, celebrated as Mabel. I'm a little bit distracted here. We have a little visitor today. We have Mabel. Mabel is a small Bassett Hound who makes up for being small and young by being unbelievably naughty, don't you? Yes. Oh, can you see her? Yes. Hello, Mabel. Mabel. Oh, and now we are joined by Daisy. Now, some of you may remember that a while back, I think it was around about January, I posted, might have been a bit later than that, I posted one video and one only with a young St. Bernard called Archie, and he was very, very lovely. I loved him to bits. He was adorable, and he died quite suddenly, very young, and that was Noah. So you can see I'm sitting here surrounded by dogs. Let's leave off about Archie and everything. Daisy is Archie's sister anyway. Why do I believe that Samhain is a season? Well, it feels like a season, to be honest with you. I think a lot of these festivals do. You know, if I waited for a nice clear night to get a full moon in order to do a particular magical working, I'd be waiting for months. So quite often, particularly living where I do, where there's an awful lot of rain, you have to sort of, you have to bend the rules a little bit, if you like, or abandon the rules altogether, and just do what feels right. So if I want to have my pumpkin up in the first week of November, then I shall. I don't feel it's anybody else's worry apart from mine. If it works for me, then I'll do it. And I think this is a very, very good guideline for the solitary. Anybody on a path of solitary spirituality, if something feels right and it's working for you, then go with it. You may discover other methods, but thank you, Noah. You may discover other methods and add them on or change them round, but don't allow people to make you feel that things are wrong, because they're not usually wrong at all. They're just different. You're different from me. Everybody who listens to this video is different. You've got different life experiences, different path, different everything. And therefore be different. Rejoice in the difference. Enjoy it. Go with it. Be the witch you were always meant to be. And anyway, I do hope you have a very happy Samhain season. Explore it. Feel the sense of, all right, contacting the ancestors. We'll go and find out about what the ancestors might have been. Where did they come from? I mean, going back a few hundred years, mine came from all over the place. I might be Welsh now, but in my earlier generations, we were all over the place, including northern France. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Explore, discover. See what you can about local history, the history of the landscape, the history of how people ate. That's wonderful for feasts. Go and explore that a bit, you know. Elizabethans would have put marzipan on everything, you know. Why not? They made it into shapes. They made it into galleons even when they were feeling a bit exuberant. So have fun with it, please. Feel that you've got something different coming your way. Every time you celebrate, something is a little bit different. It's not about putting on a pointy hat, going to a party and having a drink. Nice though that is, it's undoubtedly great fun. But there's a lot more to being a solitary witch. If you can't get out and do those things, don't worry about it. You're no less a witch for it. Enjoy the whole season of it. And how long is the season? Well, until you start feeling Yule on its way. That's the best guideline. Once you start feeling more inclined towards Yule coming than you do towards the passing of Samhain, then it's about time to change gear. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it and that the dogs weren't too much of a distraction. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.